Now see Ryder, see what you have done. Made me love you, now your man has come. Made me love you, now your man has come. Made me love you, now your man has come. Ain't no more potatoes, frost has killed the vine. No potatoes, frost has killed the vine. No potatoes, frost has killed the vine. Blues ain't nothing but a good one on your mind. Now see Ryder, see what you have done. Made me love you, now your man has come. Made me love you, now your man has come. Made me love you, now your man has come. Told your mama, told you baby too. 3 times 7, know just what to do. 3 times 7, know just what to do. 3 times 7, you know just what to do. Now see Ryder, see what you have done. Made me love you, now your man has come. Love you, now your man done come. Made me love you, now your man have come. If I had listened to my second mind, wouldn't be here, hanging my head and crying. Wouldn't be here, just hanging my head and crying. No, wouldn't be here, just hanging my head and crying. See Ryder, see what you have done. 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 Mississippi John Hurt's version of C.C. Ryder. Probably a little bit different than you've heard before. Obviously very different than the Elvis Presley version or the Grateful Dead used to do this song. Yeah, Pigpen used to sing it. Probably my earliest memories of C.C. Ryder. Wayne Cochran, great Wayne Cochran, certainly did an excellent version of C.C. Ryder. There were more blues versions done in the 50s and 60s, you know, Chicago style, such as that. John Hurt's version is much more like the original. It's a very old song. Nobody really knows who wrote it originally. We can kind of figure out different people who recorded it. I think maybe Papa Charlie Jackson did it. Papa Charlie, of course, was a big influence on John Hurt. Lots of different people. But this is in John Hurt's more laid back, you know, country blues style. And it's interesting in that, you know, it's another one of those more like pre-blues tunes. Let me get a sip of water here. In that it's not a standard chord progression. It's in the key of D, but it starts on A. So you just play A for like... So you got like 2 beats on A and then you're into D. And as always, John Hurt played this song many different times, many different ways. This is more of the live version he did in the 60s because I had that record when I was a kid, listened to it a lot, you know. It was at one of the folk festivals he played. Loved it, just absolutely loved it. Some baffled me because when I was starting out, just learning to play by ear, I couldn't figure out how he was going from this A down to the D when that's the 5 chord to the 1 chord. And then eventually I realized it's blues, there are no rules. You play what you feel. You can retune the guitar and play in all kinds of different tunings or play with a slide. There are no rules. I mean, when you start out learning to play guitar, first thing they'll tell you when you start learning blues, okay, there's an 8-bar blues and there's a 12-bar blues. And you got to follow this strict formula. Well, that may have been the case, later on, but in the early times, there was no formula. Sometimes the guy just stayed on 1 chord the whole entire song. Sometimes 2 chords. Sometimes many times the structure was irregular. They were not playing a solid 4 beats to a measure. They'd had to throw an extra bar of music on the end of a verse and not repeat it again. It's just there was not. It just wasn't hard and fast rules. So let's look at this. We're going to start with the long A. I've showed you this many times. You're barring across, and then you drop your pinky on the A note. Okay. This is the preferred chord fingering for Piedmont style blues, country blues, any old blues form. A lot of electric players also prefer using this A because it gives you all these notes. And it allows you to slide. Those are classic licks from old country and ragtime style blues tunes that are all out of this A position. Very favored by Reverend Gary Davis. So a lot of the guys in the 60s learned from Gary Davis. Basically only use this A position. John Hurt liked this A position. Etta Baker liked this A position. Can't really think of any of them that used any other A. But if you could not reach this, okay, you could always go. You go back to. You could slide up an F shape into an A position. So let's say you had small hands. I have massive hands, so this is no stretch for me. If it is a stretch for you, you could even just take these 2 fingers, that little bit of a F chord, right? Slide it up all the way to A and go. Now the challenge is going to be you want to slide into this note here. So you're going. And so yeah, you'd have to get very. See, it's doable. So yeah, there's an option if you have small hands. Don't even worry about it. But anyway, the way Hurt did was, and I think a lot of times he did just grab this 2-note D chord here and let that A just kind of ring out. But anyway, other times I think I heard him grab the full chord. So when I played it, I kind of varied of it. To me, that sounds a little better. It follows the music a little bit more. And I think that's a little bit more like what he did in his last recordings, the Library of Congress, which were a little more bouncy and flashy. He gave it his best. I mean, it was his final document. So, yeah, you can understand why he would have. So. Now we're going to go to a G, and we put our finger down here on the D note. So D, E, D, D, open. And then go from the, and what is that, a B flat, I guess? Let's see. And, yeah, I guess so. You're just going from the string 3rd fret, open B, back to D, and then he just did this 2-note D7 chord to throw a little tension. And then we'll do from that B flat again. On the D, then 3 beats on the long A. This time I know it was just 2 fingers because it goes. Never saw him do it live, so I don't know exactly what his fingers were doing, but to my ear it's. right, let's put it together. I said it's pretty darn close anyway. And as always, if you got any questions, feel free to email me, judson@judsoncarroll.com, or leave a comment in the comment section of the video. I would recommend listening to many versions of the song by John Hurt and others, especially from the early years of the of recording, 1920s, 1930s. You're going to hear a lot of variations. You're going to hear different verses, different rhythms. People doing their own thing, and come up with something you like. You know, make it your own. As always, make this music your own. And I'll talk to you next week.